Get the coolest mesh online at mesh.alfred.vip.
I joined the Inquisition with a righteous heart.
First of all, the artwork, the 3D graphics is cool, it's amazing. Now, I just heard the word Inquisition, so this is Hollywood. This is going to be something that is going to put Christianity in a bad light, because of course, with the Inquisition, the dark ages of the church, and what the Catholic Church, did. A lot of people ignore the fact that the Catholic Church, when you look at the roots, is actually the remnants of the ancient Roman Empire. It is the only surviving remnants, and of course the Romans are the ones that really invented colonization. The British may be popular for it today, but the British learnt from the Romans. It's the Romans that actually invented colonization in that model. Before, people conquered, and what they did was that they will kill all the people on the land and take over the land. But the Romans brought up a new system of, when we conquer you, we do not kill you. We do not basically just take over everything you have. We'll allow you be, but now you now have allegiance to Rome. You are now under us. You are now a colony of us. And all your citizens are beneath Roman citizens. And all your laws and judges, they'll replace the old judges and governors in that land with their own, if those ones do not, the current ones do not listen to them and want to keep fighting with the Romans. And the ones they are replacing are not Romans, but a lot of times they will put their own people. So let's say that the Romans were to conquer, let's say, an imaginary, fictional island called Libya, or actually Libya is a real place, but let's just say Nimbia, or let's say Nadia, as in Chronicles of Nadia. Let's use that word. Let's say the Romans were to conquer Nadia, and what the Romans will do is that they will leave leaders in Nadia who are from Nadia to rule over them, but they are now taking orders directly from the Romans. Any leader of the Nadian people, who do not want to comply, will be replaced by any other person in Nadia who wants to move up in ranks and is okay with having allegiance to the Romans. And since the Romans were building an empire, it's like, why not be a part of this global empire, or this globalization, or this big conglomerates, than for you to stand on your own? Because now, when you are part of the Roman Empire, anybody that tries to mess with you is messing with the Roman Empire. Other individuals, other nations can't touch you. You're now part of the Roman Empire. So that was the system that the Romans invented, and the British learned from that. But it was the Romans that did that, and that same empire is what produced the Catholic Church. So keep in mind that the number one people who were persecuted by the Catholic Church during the Dark Ages were true Christians. Because if you were not a Christian, what does it mean to you if somebody says, pledge your allegiance to the Pope, or pledge your allegiance to the Catholic Church, or pledge your allegiance to this religion, otherwise you die? A lot of people don't mind, they will just go ahead, okay, whatever, if that's the way it is, let it be. It is only a Christian who understands that if you deny, Jesus said that if you deny me before men, I'll deny you before my Father in heaven. So it's only a Christian that you put a gun to his head and say, believe in this other belief system, or believe in this other religion, or say believe in Allah, or believe in whatever. It's only a Christian that will refuse. But an atheist, he doesn't even believe in all of that. So he's like, whatever, so all I have to do for you not to shoot me is to say that I believe in what you believe. Okay. So understand that the true people who were persecuted during the Dark Ages and during the Inquisition were true Christians. Until today, we are still called Protestants. They don't even look at the meaning of that word, and why the Catholics chose to call, all those who, were classified as heretics, that word. Because a heretic is not an atheist. A heretic is somebody who, is considered to believe not necessarily a different religion, but what they consider a perversion of the current religion or the religion, it's like you're twisting the teachings. So the Roman Catholic Church looked at every other Christian that was not Roman Catholic, as you are perverting Christianity. That is when you look at the meaning of the word heretic, you will see that. So that is something that people misunderstand or deliberately misunderstand. I would say the younger generation who are unchurched don't know this, but they will of course listen to what the world has to say to them about what Christianity is, but they will never listen to a Christian himself or herself, or a Christian pastor explain what Christianity is, and all of that. It's sad, but let's keep watching this.
Hoping to stop the fanatics and their twisted faith.
It's what I mean, twisted faith. So all these words come from that time. So, and I know as this is Hollywood, they are going to basically put all the activities of the Catholic Church on all Christians. It's just like when you look at pedophilia in the church, where is it normally narrowed down to? The Catholic Church. When people see, priests taking advantage of boys, and it's actually a small percentage, and understand that the Catholic Church has been around for a long time. So when you look at how long the Catholic Church has lasted, plus the reports of such things happening, it's actually very small compared to, of course, no organization has lasted that long. No official, organization has lasted as long as the Catholic Church has. But you have to take that into consideration and take the number of people who have been caught or who have done such a thing into consideration as per the whole body. So you see that it's very tiny. It's a very tiny number, but they want to put it on the whole church that that is what pastors do, or that is what Christians do. That they'll put something they find a fault in the Catholic Church, they'll put it on all Christians. That is the thing. It's just like see one African American robbing a bank. They're now coming to the conclusion that all African Americans are bank robbers. When you use the word African American in this modern day and age of wokeness, people will see that is racist, and there's a problem with that. You can't put what one person does on the entire group. But they want to put, you shouldn't even put this situation, upon all the Catholic priests. But these people will put it on all Christians and all pastors, all these churches. That's what they are. They're all about the money. They hear one preacher talking about sowing and reaping. They misunderstand it, they misinterpret it. They are cool with everybody else talking about sowing and reaping and karma and all of that, because karma and sowing and reaping are basically the same thing. Karma is actually stolen from the law of sowing and reaping. A lot of things in other belief systems are stolen from the Bible. But that being said, they don't complain about that, but they all want to put on, they saw one pastor do one thing, or perhaps one pastor is caught committing adultery with one prostitute in one brothel. Then they now say, that is how all pastors are. It's crazy, but that is what, and these people believe their own lies so much. They talk nonsense like that, and they believe it, and they use it as an excuse. They say, I don't like church because church is full of hypocrites. That is stupid. Church is supposed to welcome all people and open its doors to all people. A church that doesn't have hypocrites in it, is not a church. A church is supposed to have all kinds of people. It's not, it's not a place for perfect people. It's a place for perfecting people. It's like somebody who goes to a school and says, I don't like that school. There are stupid people in there. There's somebody who got an F in that school. It's a crazy school. Let's shut it down. It's a terrible school. Schools originally are supposed to help make people smart. They are supposed to help turn dumb people into smart people. That is what they are supposed to do. It's just like hospitals. They are supposed to be sick people in hospitals. You are not going to go to a hospital and say, there are sick people there. It's a terrible hospital. It's not a good hospital. I don't like that hospital. There are sick people there. But yet people will look at the church and say, I don't like that church. There are people who need God there. There are people who need their lives worked on there. There are people who need their lives improved there. There are people who are hypocrites there. There are those kinds of people, are supposed to be there. So that being said, of course, such people, should be, it is not like they should come as they are and remain as they are. They should be worked on, and it is not for them as they are to occupy leadership positions. And people who are in leadership positions, they have their own personal work and their own things they are going through, that they should have their own circle and people who help them out with things, so they will not fall into temptation. So that being said, let's keep watching this.
Our mission was to purge the heresy. But I was misled. Only the guilty were meant to die. Only those old enough to reach the noose should ever swing from it. This war of faith is madness. A plague on Heathmore. I will carve out the rot.
So you can see wokeness at the amplified level and how this is so very stupid. First of all, you can see it's basically based on dissing Christianity and putting the whole of Christianity as, demonizing Christianity. And that is what the one big thing in this new age. Because for Satan to take charge, Christianity has to be demonized. So there's a lot of push for the demonization of Christianity. And that is one of the reasons why there's a push for the LGBT. And making LGBT folk look like, oh, this is who they are. And, oh, Christianity just... are opposed to these people. Christianity inspires people to, Christianity is regressive and against, to just hate people for being who they are and all of that. That is the angle they push it for, and that is what it's for. The whole purpose of the push of LGBT is to attack the church. Just like a big part of the lockdowns was not just a transfer of wealth, but also to persecute the church and to end church as we know it. People don't realize these things. Now, you look at this story where they are putting somebody who was used basically as an executioner and as a crusader for the Dark Ages, based on this storyline. They also have to introduce wokeness into the picture and make it a female, because this is also part of their agenda. They want, the concept of a strong woman is a man. They want to make the woman masculine and the man feminine. Why is this kind of character? So this is somebody, you're telling me somebody in the Dark Ages era, when there was, technology was nowhere what it is today. Everything was done manually. You had to be physically strong to do almost anything, because, you had to use manual tools. There was no machines, no computer to help you with stuff. Then you want to tell me that the warrior who was going about killing and massacring people, on behalf of the Catholic Church, which is, basically a part of the government, because a lot of people don't understand that relationship. The Catholic Church was founded by the Roman government, the Roman Empire, and it was a part of it. And also when, Britain came up, which came up after the Romans, the Roman Catholic Church was the ones who ordained who would be the next king. So people need to understand that progression of things. But, to now put a woman as the tough character, who was killing people, and basically an executioner, hitman, crusader kind of thing, that is unrealistic. That never happened. So it's this twisting of history and, this foolishness of propaganda. It is now a crime for a man to be masculine, the strong male heroes. Back in the day when I was young, there was the Jean-Claude Van Damme, there was the Bruce Lee, there was the Jackie Chan, there was the, Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Rambo with Sylvester Stallone. That image of a strong male, with muscles, tough and, protective, all of that have been destroyed. Now look at all the heroes. Look at who they call to play Spider-Man, a skinny little boy. Look at all the male heroes and leads in all these new movies. All skinny. They know what they are doing. And all these people that are acting really sauce and, with all kinds of, feminine movements about them and about their personality. You see all those sauce moments from the so-called modern celebrities. It's sad. And this is why I emphasize the importance of us, we real Christians, the family, we have to make games, Christian games, and I'm talking about the Family of God Christian Church, also known as, the Bible Club, For information of that, you can go to bibleclub.alfred.vip to join us. We have to make Christian games. We have to make Christian movies. We have to make Christian music. All of these things. And dominate the world with it. Not just that, every other thing, because everything now has its own propaganda and its own aim attached to it. We now have socialist maths. They put in the world problems, they put socialist ideologies, communist ideologies, and woke statements. CRT is everywhere. All kinds of things. You see all this propaganda to change the world. We see diversity, equity, inclusion, DEI. You see ESG included. A company is doing. Look at the company, the bank that just folded, Silicon Valley Bank. It folded because it put diversity, equity, inclusion before profits. The company, this is a bank. It did not even have a risk management department. There was no risk management department for close to a year before that bank closed. How can you be a bank? A bank makes decisions on where to invest and where not to invest, who to give a loan and who not to give a loan. You need a department of people, who are going to investigate all these different opportunities. Should we give this company a loan? Should we not? Are they financially sound? You need people to do that. You need good accountants who understand business, who understand economics to do that. But this company didn't have that. But it had diversity, equity, inclusion. I was giving out, these people are lesbians. It is primarily lesbians that are starting the company. Let us give them funds. It is people of African descent. It is African Americans, they are marginalized. Let us give them. So that was the criteria that they were giving out loans and investing. And then they now put majority of the money that they had received during the pandemic and all of that. They put a lot of that money in bonds, government bonds, not assessing interest rates. You can look at all the foolishness. They left economics alone and was doing diversity, equity, inclusion. Why wouldn't the bank fold? And that is the thing that a lot of companies do. And you can see with the concept of go woke, grow broke, because they are putting all these things. Even when you look at Nigeria and, the move for cashless society, it is good ESG scores. But on the reality on the ground, it is suffering for the Nigerian people. But it gives the whole situation, with the ESG scores, of the World Economic Forum and all of that, it's caused these Nigerian puppets, politicians and CBN governors and all these guys, they score high on all those metrics. And that is the same thing with all these Hollywood companies. A lot of people wonder, why do Hollywood companies keep making woke movies or woke video games? Because of the ESG score metric system, and they are doing it they are weaving it into the law. So it is now making companies, have to abide by all these woke metrics that have nothing to do with profits. And it's sad.
No saints here, only butchers. False idols and empty promises.
So basically what they just did there is they called Jesus a false idol. That is what they just did. And there is something that, You know, in as much as the parents may not understand this, the parents do not even play the game, or they are not into this. But this is what kids are watching and consuming. So when you wonder why your child no longer believes in God, do you know what your child has been, the kind of movies that your child has been watching? To you, it seems innocent, but inside there are messages that are throwing doubts and questioning Christianity. If you log into TikTok, for example, from Nigeria, all the videos that are on the recommended section, no matter who you subscribe to, all the videos are there questioning Christianity. Or this, look at this, and coming up with all kinds of conspiracy theories of why you shouldn't believe in the Bible. It is all there. So you, the parents, and all of that, also the same media is telling them, how many times have you ever watched or seen a movie, a modern movie, where the parents is actually a guide, where the parents actually help the child get through a problem? Parents are put and cast in Hollywood as parents just don't understand. They are old, they are outdated, they get in the way. You do your thing. Parents are not leaders. In old Hollywood, when you look at the days of Bill Cosby, unfortunate for how Bill Cosby lived his life and the situation he got himself into, but when you look at the Bill Cosby show, that was wholesome. The show itself, I'm not talking about the personality of the man, but the show itself, that was wholesome entertainment. You could see the strength of family. Even when you look at, to some degree, even stuff like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you could see the importance of family and, family guidance from the parents or parental figures, from Uncle Phil in that case. You can see even the name of the shows of previous eras, like Father Knows Best. It puts the father in the position of the leader of the home. Father knows best. But now in every show and every movie, a lot of the modern ones, you could see the parents are an adversary to the child. It is always a dysfunctional family. The family is always dysfunctional. The relationship between the parents and the children is always off key. The children can never look at the parents for guidance. In all shows, the scripts are intentionally written that way, and it has been that way for so long. It is done intentionally. So your children are subconsciously trained, as well as their peers are subconsciously trained not to look to their parents for guidance. So all the things that you are saying are just the words of an old person talking. And that is one of the reasons why, if you go way back in history, one of the best ways to influence young people was through their parents. And you could see sentences like, train up a child in the way he will go, and when he grows up he will not depart from it. That was fact, and there was no schooling system in those days like we have it today. The mother was the one that was teaching the children, and that was the structure of the home. The man went out, did a lot of the work, but the woman was at home. And these are for people who always dissing women and of the past, and are saying, oh, women were oppressed and women were this, all of that nonsense that feminism tries to push about women. No, the women that were at home were actually helping. They helped the whole thing work. They were the backbone. They had their roles. They understood what the woman's role was, the wife's role, and what the father's role was. What the husband's role was. So, they were each role. If each part of the body is important. Your left hand is important. Your right hand is important. But they do not do the same thing. Your right hand should not try to become a left hand. You cannot now have two left hands, or your hand should not try to become your leg. Your hand is your hand, your leg is your leg. They have different functions. So that is one thing. A home functions when everybody has roles, defined like that. Now you see in this situation, with what these stories that people are telling, or let me just finish what I was saying before. When you look way back, you see the parents was the best way, to influence the youth. Each person's parents was who influenced them the most. But now it is their peers that influence them more. Their peers and celebrities. So if their peers are steering them in the wrong direction, and if the peers are pro-gay and the celebrities are pro-gay, in spite of the fact that you're a Christian trying to raise your kids in a Christian home, it is going to be difficult, especially in the early ages where children are sponges. You are actually at a disadvantage because the school is more influential. The school teacher is more influential over your kids, over how your kids think, over what your kids accept than you are. Your kids' peers, classmates are more influential than you. You may control the basis, or you can say you are grounded. You may control, you are going here, we are going to this for vacation and all of that. But the belief systems in your child's hearts are determined. What is the strongest influence? What their peers are telling them, what television is telling them, what the media is telling them, what social media, what celebrities are saying, what the school sisters teachers are saying, through the propaganda system. That is what is more influential than you, the parents, in what is in the child's heart. And that is what you show up at the end. Some of you may think that your child changed. No, your child never changed. When your child gets older and your child starts becoming rebellious, it's not that the child changed. It's just that you have not been saying that. You have not been seeing it, looking at the heart of the child when you were training the child. What was inside the child's heart, now the child can now be bold and now do it in front of you. But that was what was being groomed in the child's heart from outside the home, not from you. So these are situations that people, we as Christians, we must take note of these things and make changes, and be the ones that hold the cards and play the games. We should be the ones that will be influencing the children of unbelievers. You should be the ones influencing the children of non-Christians, and those who are as well fake Christians, the Catholics and the rest, So that being said, let's just round up this video.
I'm your salvation.
You see this nonsense? She ended it with "I'm your salvation." So now calling Jesus, an idol. Which, imagine if someone insulted Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad. Imagine what will happen to that person. But anybody can insult Jesus and get away with it, So, and this is the theme. This is the point. That is what this video game is about. But people don't see. There are people who just look at it for it's an action video game, fighting, blah blah blah. But this is the theme. This is the plot. This is the storyline. This is the message. And this same message is in every other thing. And this power comes with, buying up media. Which is why it's important for us Christians to own the movie industry, the video game industry, the music industry, the whole of the entertainment industry. When it comes to theme parks, everything, we must have money. We must use money. We must be the ones, we are not going to change this world without money, without having more money than the devil's kids. If you do not have more money than the devil's kids, you will not have a louder voice than the devil's kids. And the devil will win. We have a mandate. We have a message to preach to the world. So, that's that. Make sure you check out Alfred.vip for more. Thank you and God bless you.
What you spread is what you get. Give your best, you get the best. Dress your best and people see the best. I'm on my parole. I'm on my parole. I'm on my parole. I'm on my parole. Parole with a suit, parole with the swag, parole with a can, parole with the stash, parole with a hat, parole with the class, parole with a stash, parole with the fat. I'm on my parole. I'm on my parole. I'm on my parole. I'm on my parole. Say this prayer audibly if you've not given your heart to Jesus Christ. Dear God, I believe in my heart that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, came, died, and was raised from the dead to save me. I confess Him, Lord, over my life, and ask You to give me Your Holy Spirit to live within me. I receive Your Spirit by faith, and thank You for I am now born again. In Jesus' name, amen. If you just prayed that prayer, congratulations, you're now a Christian. Go to Alfred.vip and click the salvation prayer link in the main menu to get resources that will help you with your work with God. God bless you.